Good morning. It is 6:48 a.m. on Wednesday? Wednesday, January 8th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. I actually got distracted reading an essay about the anime Evangelion by an internet persona known as Film Crit Hulk, who I believe I've actually talked about in these videos before. That just recently got posted on Polygon.com, and uh, I I was about to say I made the mistake of starting to scan it and then getting absorbed in it. But I don't know if it's a mistake. It just meant I had to kind of pull myself away from it because it's very long and I needed to go ahead and get the video. But yes, it is certainly interesting what I've read so far, and so I'm going to go back to it. It's largely about Film Crit Hulk having only just watched the show for the first time as it became more widely accessible earlier, or rather, I was going to say earlier this year, but I guess technically last year, which was largely my own experience too, is that I had certainly heard a lot about it, but had never watched it before. And yeah, so it's an interesting article. I'm going to definitely go back to it. Last night, for so many levels, we played a game called For the Queen instead of D&D. We shifted plans a little bit because we didn't have all the players available, and that's a really neat game, I think, that it takes what seems really simple but elegantly executed to make a really interesting game, which is to say that that game consists only of a deck of cards with questions on them, and you just take turns answering those questions and use that to collaboratively build a story, and it was kind of neat. Trying to set that within the in-canon D&D campaign, it was certainly fun. I think that it's not probably something that I'll do regularly unless there's another pressing need to do it, like just a sudden realization that we don't have everybody. And the alternative, of course, was just taking a week off. But it was a good, interesting experience. I think that's a neat game, and I think that I definitely want to continue exploring other games other than D&D. Not that that's a problem with D&D, but just it's kind of like saying you only ever want to eat chocolate ice cream. It's like there's other kinds. You don't have to only eat one kind. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with chocolate, that you might sometimes want strawberry or birthday cake or pistachio or whatever. But, you don't have to limit yourself to a single type of experience. Yeah. Um, wow, I'm a little bit scattered this morning still. Um, oh boy, yeah. I think I'm just trying to plan ahead. I've got a period, I think I talked yesterday, I've got a period of time coming up where I'm going to be very busy just with high priority stuff at work. It's going to last approximately a week, and the schedule of when that's going to start just keeps shifting around, and I'm trying to just make sure I'm ready for that. And there's a little bit of anxiety around it. Not necessarily because it's going to be a big problem or certainly not anything I can't endure, but just because I'm anticipating it and trying to plan for it. It's almost a bit like stage fright. It's just a matter of knowing something is coming up can produce an anxiety for it, right? It's something that's important, and I can't just do it right now. I have to wait until it's the right time. And then there's some degree of unpredictability about it. Yeah, that's just a recipe for anxiety. And I don't know that I'm really feeling in dire straits about it at all. It's more just a matter of it's never too far from my mind. Yeah, so planning ahead for that, and also, of course, planning ahead for the puppy. So I think that there's a lot of the next few weeks are going to be me living in, ahead. Like, I'm not necessarily here in the moment because I have so much planning about the future that I need to do. Which, actually, one of the things that I'm looking forward to with having a dog again is that it's good for getting me out of my own head. Having something that, because a dog is very much in the moment, right? If the dog needs to go outside, it needs to happen. It needs to happen right now. You need to do it, and it's external to me, but something I care about. Yeah. Anyway. Kind of rambling about incoherent stuff now, but anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for now, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.